All right. Let me check this shit. See if this shit work real fast. I've been modifying some things in my OBS. I got a new layout for my Twitch channel and everything. But let's talk about some serious shit today. Because I've been talking about BLM and black, just all the bullshit that's going on with them in 2020. Back when I was telling everybody shouldn't be rioting, shouldn't be looting, shouldn't be supporting this bullshit, I was getting called Uncle Tom and all that bullshit, right? I lost half my friends, niggas was blocking me online and shit. Had everything to say. I was arguing with, hell, even some folk from the Melee community about this topic. And how, I was wrong and I'm just repeating racist white rhetoric and all that bullshit, right? I pulled out the true footage of what really happened with George Floyd, and I nearly lost my Instagram for that shit because, of course, the video is way longer than just fucking 8 minutes, and you will realize that the man really was on drugs before that entire encounter even commenced. But I'm not finna go into details about that. Not finna go into details about who really owns BLM, the 3 women being Marxists and all that shit. Let's just look at it from a basic standpoint. The fact that they collected all y'all money, bought themselves houses and paid out, their tax dollars to different organizations on the Democratic, what's it called? The Democratic campaign. Excuse me, I'm a little tired. But yeah, the Democratic campaign got some money from them as well. And you can actually see all of this on their website before they decided to take all this stuff down. And it's funny now in the year 2023 that people are starting to realize that maybe their investment into BLM was not worth it. They did not give two shits about the community. I've said this numerous times in 2020. And like I said, damn near lost my Facebook, YouTube, all that shit for it, right? I'm still under warning and under watch and under restriction on all of my platforms. And it's annoying. It's fucking annoying. Okay. Everything I said about the pandemic was true. Everything I said about the fact checkers and everything else was true. But, nobody, like, I got the NIH files that I could pull up, but I don't want to sit here and go reading into all that shit. Just once again, I'm under warning. But this I feel I can talk about. Y'all did all this rioting and shit for nothing. You just destroyed your own communities. And then you paid all your money out to an organization expecting them to save you. And they weren't going to save your ass. They were in it for their own self-interest. Okay, they cashed in on your emotions, your anger, and they made bank and bought themselves some shit, paid out some money to some other organizations, and then fucking dip. Now they're talking about reaching, bankruptcy. Like, that's what they're talking about. There's another article. Get out of here with this shit. No, I'm not accepting any cookies. I'm just going back out of that shit. The whole article I had opened up where they were talking about how BLM is facing bankruptcy. But, because on Google you can't find this shit because everything is changing. We can't have that come out. Nah. But yeah, they're talking about bankruptcy and shit. So my question now is, was that shit really worth it? Like, this is this cycle that I keep seeing, when it comes to matters like this. White cop does something to a black guy, whether he's a criminal or not, Everybody gets all up in arms, gets put all over the media and shit. It funnels this idea that there's nothing but pure racism here in America. But whenever black people are killing black folk, like out in Chicago, out in Grand Rapids, out in Detroit, New York, doesn't fucking matter. We don't talk about the shit. Like, I remember scrubbing, you know, Gangster Disciple paint off the walls when I was, you know, 10 years old back in Michigan. But we don't do nothing about that shit. We won't even say nothing about that shit. We don't tell people to not, you know, gang bang and do all that shit and destroy their own communities in that manner. We don't talk about that shit. We glorify that shit. Okay. But the moment a white cop shoots him, it doesn't matter if he was defending himself. It doesn't fucking matter. He killed a black guy. And that's where all the bullshit comes in. And then when people with some sense actually tries to make light and put logic into the situation, we get called coons. Like, I already said this before too. Like, people are do not want to admit that I was right about this shit because their pride. Fuck it, you know what I'm saying? Fuck it. I'm just gonna keep telling you. That's it. Somebody somewhere will listen. But yeah, we set ourselves back like 60 years as far as financially. Businesses are not going to want to be in the ghettos and in the hoods and in all these spots, these areas, if they're risking their merchandise being destroyed and them putting themselves into a large deficit. Those Targets that got looted, black people were employed there. Just fuck shit up for them too. People lost their jobs when they needed to, you know, take care of their families and everything. It's a long domino effect. When y'all gonna fucking realize that we're a melting pot, not just a country with separate communities? Everything we do affects the next man and vice versa. But yeah, I'm done here. I could talk about Melee. You know, I was watching some labs, you know, from Squid to Cat. This is actual real gameplay, like good gameplay. You know what I'm saying? There's at least somebody out here is fucking doing technical shit instead of the usual Fox up smash from this stupid ass distance landing. Like, look at him. It's like, what the fuck?
I'm done. I'm going to lose my mind. I'm gonna lose my mind, chat. What?
Yeah, that was fucking stupid.
Hello?
But I'm gonna say, this is what I mean when I say people are carried by their characters. Look at the distance. But yeah, it's whatever. I was going to talk about Melee, but then this shit popped up, so fuck it. I got a new layout. I'll put that to the test later, because quite frankly, I don't even feel like playing Melee right now. But hey, it is what it is. Peace.